How can just a few simple words create more heart-pounding panic than some million-dollar explosion? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dissect a total masterclass in tension. We're going to show you how storytellers can build these epic stakes with the smallest, most simple phrases. So the scene kicks off, and it's not with a bang, but with this single trembling word, mommy. It's just this disorienting whisper that immediately throws you off balance, right? This isn't some hero's call to action, no. It's a childlike plea. And that right there, that instantly establishes this deep sense of vulnerability. All right, first up, a confused cry for help. These opening lines, they are all about establishing this really powerful sense of isolation and, you guessed it, vulnerability. A line like this is a classic for a reason. We immediately get three things, bang, bang, bang. Someone is completely and utterly alone, they're in big trouble, and they are desperately searching for any sign of another person out there. I mean, just look at how quickly a whole world is built right here. With just a few lines of dialogue, we get a vulnerable person, we get a potential rescuer, and a specific, concrete location. All of a sudden, the danger isn't just some abstract idea. No, it's happening right now on the 17th floor. And that makes it feel terrifyingly real. So the tension here isn't coming from some monster jumping out or a big explosion. It's all psychological. It's born from that raw fear of the unknown, from just pure crushing isolation. Before we even have a clue what the threat is, the script is forcing us to feel the character's panic. Okay, now we get to the absolute pivot point of the entire scene. This is where one super casual phrase just collides head-on with a catastrophic reality. I mean, a little problem. Seriously? This is just a masterclass in understatement. The sheer casualness of that line, it's deeply unsettling. It's so out of place with the panic we just heard that, alarm bells should be screaming in your head. Something is very wrong here. And this really just shows you that massive gap between the words being used and the unbelievable reality. It's this contrast, right? This huge chasm between a little problem and a city-destroying tsunami. That's what creates such a powerful jolt for us, the audience. But before we get the big reveal, the script throws out this instruction that, on its own, makes absolutely no sense. It really makes you lean in, Just like the character on screen, you're asking, what on earth is going on? And this isn't a suggestion, right? It's a stark, simple survival plan. The command is just delivered with absolute urgency. There's no explanation, no time for questions. And in that one moment, the stakes are raised immensely. That little problem we heard about, yeah, it's now clearly a life or death situation. And there it is, the reveal. It's so powerful precisely because it follows such a colossal understatement. The simple, almost factual way it's delivered, that just makes it feel all the more terrifying and immediate. And hey, notice the response. It's not a scream, it's a whispered term of endearment. And this is what grounds the entire citywide catastrophe. By boiling it all down to this one intimate personal connection, the script makes the disaster feel incredibly personal to us, to the audience. Okay, section 3, the aftermath. So the scene completely shifts gears here, right? We go from that feeling of impending doom to the absolute chaos of survival, and we start to hear the first signs of an official response. This timeline here just shows you how incredibly fast everything unfolds. I mean, in a matter of seconds, we are whipped from raw panic and the initial impact to the hope of discovery and then straight into a formal rescue operation. It's a breathtakingly fast emotional ride. And then the scene brings us full circle, repeating a line right from the beginning. Now, this isn't just lazy repetition, it's a really powerful statement. It's showing that even when the helicopters are in the air, the big macro response, the individual terror and that profound isolation, the micro suffering, that is far from over. So why does this all work so darn well? Well, the answer lies in this really powerful storytelling principle called narrative economy. You can see the scene follows this perfectly crafted 4-step emotional journey. It basically guides us, the audience, from confusion and concern to intense suspense, then to outright terror, and finally to this feeling of tragic human consequence. And it does all of that in under a dozen lines of dialogue. It's incredible. Really, at the heart of this whole scene is this technique of narrative understatement. I mean, calling a city-leveling tsunami a little problem, that's a total masterstroke. It completely wrong-foots the audience, which is exactly why the eventual reveal hits with such devastating impact. And what's truly powerful here is what's left unsaid. Think about it. The dialogue provides the spark, but it's our own imagination that provides the fire. By giving us just enough information, the script allows us to construct a horror in our own minds that can be way more terrifying than any visual effect they can put on screen. So, this whole scene leaves us with a pretty fascinating question, doesn't it? By focusing on the small stuff, a whisper, a term of endearment, a single massive understatement, the script manages to convey something truly epic. It kind of proves that the most effective way to show the scale of a disaster isn't always with a big, wide shot, but by hearing it in the voice of just one person. So, what do you think? Can one line of dialogue truly be more powerful than $1 million special effect?